Hey, what's going on, guys? Hex here, and today we're taking a look at the Takara Legends LG-30 Weirdwolf and his little bitty companion thing right here. So, going to show off the box real quick because it is different from Hasbro. So he comes in his wolf mode, and there's the little companion. There's the Headmaster where it would go. Over here you have the nice artwork. On the back you got all this stuff, whatever that is, and also some more of that stuff. So anyways, we're going to get into the instructions just like we've done with all the other Takara Legends figures. So you can see some nice artwork here, and also here on the back there's the Transformer, and you can also pause the video if you want to read the text specs. They do have some of them, or they have them in English as well. And it comes with a comic, so I'm going to read the comic book to you guys. For you guys that don't know Japanese, or you didn't get the Takara version, maybe you went with a Hasbro. So anyways, they're over here, they're talking, and he's got like a little piece of grass in his mouth, which he absolutely loves. And he's showing these pictures, and he says, hey, what about this picture? It's a piece of, a picture of a piece of grass. He says, oh man, I love it. Then he says, hey, let me beat up all these little Autobot Headmasters. He says, I'm going to turn into a plane now. And then he's over here in his Headmaster, I believe it's Monzo. He's over here in the plane, and then he says, oh, here comes my little puppy, my Weirdwolf, and comes over here. There's something going on, I'm not really sure, but he's talking to him. And then over here he says, hey, look at all these little Autobot Headmasters. They all have like bandanas and stuff. Maybe they're in a gang. So he says, hey, let's go break up that gang. Let's turn into the robot mode. And then he says, hey, look at my tongue. I'm really happy to see you. Hey, don't knock the piece of grass out of my mouth. And he says, hey, where are you going? There's Skull Cruncher for some reason. And he says, hey, I've got my grass back. And then they see little Windblade. She's in some kind of like little nursing outfit or maid outfit or something like that. But he says he doesn't even care. He doesn't even notice her because he says, oh, my dog, it went away. And then over here, he's got the bandana. He says, hey, I got my grass back. And then he's about to attack these guys because he sees that he's at a gang. They're Autobots. They have these little bandanas and stuff like that. And then he's got his grass back, and it looks like there's a My Little Pony in the newspaper. And so he's putting up posters of his lost puppy. So that's basically where the story went. So we'll focus back in on the toy, the figure itself. So the little companion piece right here, you can see that there's a little bit of not necessarily paint, but where they dyed the plastic. So it's basically all this yellow, but then they dyed the green down here, also with the white on the chest. So they dyed that up, and also put a Tamper-Graph Decepticon logo there. They painted the silver there, and the red, that's dye as well. So to transform him, you're going to grab this piece, flip it around, and bam, there's jet mode. Really not a whole lot to it. Then the little guy, he can sit in there. Then if you want to go to Target Master mode, then you just flip the arms the opposite way, and you can see how they kind of have like little gun things on the ends, I guess. And flip this down, and they're supposed to be your gun mode, which that's not really that impressive. I guess the gorilla looks alright, but I'm not really into these little miniature guys, but that's what you get with the Takara. And there's a little 360 look at him. So, alright, the main event here, Weirdwolf, the figure itself, in his alt mode. It's got some really nice paint. So the white right here is actually paint. You can see the silver like screen. We'll bring that in. It's painted silver, the same with the teeth. It's a little translucent piece for the tongue, which is kind of cool. The white's the same paint or dye they used right here. Then you also have silver paint at the feet. That'll stay there. So at all for the toes, you have the Tamper-Graph Decepticon logo here on the side. This is that white paint on yellow plastic. And just getting a little 360 of them there, so looks pretty cool with the gun on there. You could put a second little guy in here, take the gun off. You can see some more of that red paint, and a little translucent piece. We open this up, and we can get Monzo, little Headmaster, and he's just tucked away in there. So taking a look at him, he's got the less paint out of all the little Headmasters that I've noticed thus far. The face is just colored that red. The rest of it's just this plastic. It's got the arm movement where they can go up and they kind of go out a little bit, just like so. transform them, just fold the feet around, and you got the two different colors there. So you have the face, which is like an orange or oranges red, and then the eyes, the little visor there, that's definitely red. So it's two different colors. I don't know how well it's showing up on camera, but you can definitely tell whenever you get it in hand that it's two different colors. I just kind of wish that maybe this was painted, because the rest of it, it's not painted, and just this light gray, it just kind of looks a little cheap. So, but that's really my only complaint with that. As far as articulation on this guy, the shoulders, these are on ball joints, so they can move however they need to. This rotates here. The little paws, they're on ball joints, so they can move back and forth and, rotate there. The head, it can kind of move a little bit like so, and obviously rotate. The jaw opens and closes. You do have the legs where they can go right here at this joint. Then you also have the ball joint here, so this can move how it needs to, and a little ball joint down here. Tail could just rotate like so. Now, as far as transformation goes, we'll take out the tail, much like just the G1, so I like that, pretty cool. Going to pop this open just like so, and this is what's kind of cool with this. You can see these two little tabs. Well, we're gonna lift this up, swing it up, and fit it up against here. So pull this up, and you can see that you have the two joints there. You're actually going to bend this over and fit it up there and slide it in, so they collapse on each other, which is good. All right, and pulling this back down, and you're going to just lay that down flush. The head, go ahead and close the jaw. You're going to come back with it. You can see where the ears would fit in those two holes, and just fit like so. The arms, we'll get to those last. With the feet, you're going to rotate this at the bottom, because it will turn here, but you don't want to turn there, because then you have hollowness on the inside. I guess maybe it doesn't matter since it's going to be covered up, but just rotate here and flip out the foot. Do the same with this one here, so we're just going to rotate that, flip that foot out, and then bring these down, and this will actually, you can see a little peg in there, and there's a slot there, so that's going to, so I guess, yeah, you do need to just rotate here, make sure that this is facing forward, the way it can peg in. Do the same thing with this one. And you still, you got those knees there, pose however you need to. Come down with the arms, you're just going to come back with the little paws here, go ahead and rotate that, and bend at the elbow. Do the same thing with this one. And then, there we go. Pop that open, and you can grab the fist, lay that down, and then go ahead and close that back up. Not really wanting to, there we go. And do the same thing with this one. Go ahead and connect the head. And there he is, all transformed. You can go ahead and weaponize him. I like that, he has a sword, he has his gun, so we'll just kind of put him in some kind of quick pose real quick. But give you guys a little 360 of him. I think he looks good. This is one of the ones that I was really impressed with whenever I saw him at BotCon, or at least the Hasbro version. I like all that. He's got the silver here, the white. You can see the purple, or not purple, I'm sorry, green right there. Obviously the paint on his eyes, and then you have the silver paint right here, which looks good. And they did a really nice job with this, because on the G1 it is just like big, huge piece of plastics on his back, and he's shorter than the other Headmasters, or the Decepticon Headmasters. So Weirdwolf was always like my least favorite out of the three. But this is definitely, one of the cooler ones. I like him a lot. Now, as far as, articulation, we'll go ahead and remove the weapons. Just because it varies with, different figures and stuff like that. The head, so it can kind of move like so, however you need to. If you need them to look up, you can do that. Rotates, obviously. You have the shoulder joint, which this is on a ball joint, so it can go in and out and kind of up and down, whatever you need to do. Rotate there. You do have the bicep cut right here. Then you have the bend in the elbow, so you can go 90 degrees there, nothing in the wrist. You do have the waist, which is minimum or limited, because that's about as far as it can go, but I don't know why you would need to turn the waist more than that. Then you have the legs where they can go back and forth. They're on ball joints. They can go out about, there we go, thus far. The back's hindered a little bit just because of this piece right here, but again, why would you need to go further back than that? You have the thigh cut right here, the knee joint where it goes 90 degrees, and then you have the ball joint down here with the feet, so you can get a little bit of movement there, not entirely a whole lot, but just some back and forth and some side to side, also rotation. So as far as articulation goes, sorry about that, I think it's quite well. I like it quite a bit. So let's go ahead and get him transformed back into his wolf mode. Pop the head out. Then getting these little things open. They're kind of tight. They popped off. They'll pop right back in. The pegs are real small, so you don't break anything, and I like that. Then it flew across the room, so I had to go find it. So just gonna be aware of that. And bring that out. I'm going to go ahead and pull these paws back down, and you can rotate right there. Go ahead and rotate right there. And then getting on to the head, bring that around. That'll plug back into place like that. Not too bad you can bend down. That way you could have a wolf face. That would look kind of cool. But bringing those around, this section here, go ahead and pop these back up. Do the same thing with this one. And swing these up and close the feet, and then when you rotate, just rotate at the bottom. So just hold this right here and just rotate that, and come back with this. You're going to pull, like grab right here at the crotch and pull this up, and then bring this around to where you can slide it back down and into that location there. Then you can come back with this. It's going to stay there, but bend down there at those joints. And it's all about just getting them situated however you like. You can open his mouth, tilt his head, plug his sword, which is now his tail, into the butt there. And then we have Weirdwolf again, and there's his little buddy and all his other stuff. So anyways, thanks a lot for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.